Hey guys, Ronnie Reap here. As you can see from the t-shirt, yep, it's new DC time, and what I'm very much excited for, Blue Beetle. I liked the character a lot when I was a kid. He was in like Young Justice, Brave and the Bold, animated shows like that. So yeah, I'm excited to see sort of my childhood come to the big screen, and it's starring Xolo Maridueña. I like him a lot in Cobra Kai, and the trailers look pretty fun, so I think I've got a real winner here. So yeah, not gonna take too much longer. I'm gonna head in, get my snacks, get my seat, and I'm gonna go see Blue Beetle. So yeah, as you can see here, I've got my blue frozen Fanta and my meaty popcorn ready for Blue Beetle. So yeah, Blue Beetle, just got back from seeing it. I was very much looking forward to this one. In fact, of the four DC offerings that were slated for release this year, this one was my most anticipated because, well, I like the character. In fact, as a kid, I do sort of vaguely remember him being in shows like Young Justice and Batman Brave and the Bold, so there is that sort of nostalgic connection. I'm also excited to see Xolo Maridueña get his moment to shine on the big screen because I very much like him in Cobra Kai, and I think his sort of real winning screen presence could potentially translate well to a big screen film. And there is also the fact that the character of Blue Beetle and Xolo's portrayal of the character could well actually be sticking around in James Gunn's new DC universe. So, like, there is plenty here to be excited about. But is the film another likable, winning superhero introduction for general audiences? Let's find out. So, the film follows Jaime Reyes, who has just returned to his hometown of Palmyra City after having just graduated college. And what he returns to is a city he barely recognizes as Cord Industries has basically taken over, and also his family are potentially on the cusp of losing their home. And so Jaime goes to Cord Industries in search of a job because he has a connection there, Jenny, and ends up getting more than he bargained for when he bonds to a piece of alien technology known as the Scarab, and which grants him a suit of armor and the abilities of the Blue Beetle. But also on the search for the Scarab is Cord Industries CEO Victoria Cord, who very much wants the Scarab to further her own research. So yeah, by now you know what is going on with this film. Warners have basically dumped it out to die in their pathetic broke state, and most of the marketing has been done on Twitter by the Blue Beetle Battalion. And having just seen the film, I'm kind of confused as to why they dumped it. It's actually a very enjoyable film. It's a real good time. Obviously, I have my issues with it, but it is a very enjoyable, fun film. So, right off the bat, I have to address something. Yes, this does sort of by and large follow the typical superhero origin story structure. It is very much a typical hero's journey and very faithfully hits all the beats you'd expect. But what makes it so delightful and charming to watch is the surprisingly character driven focus on family. No, not family. Like, I mean actual, like, blood family. It gives the film a real strong, like, dramatic through line and a real beating heart. Obviously, the film's director, Angel Manuel Soto, was obviously trying to strive for an authentic Latino representation. Obviously, I can't comment on that for obvious reasons, but any Latinos, let me know, did they succeed? But rather, what I enjoyed, I think most non-Latino audiences will enjoy, is how like down to earth and authentic its portrayal of family is. Like Jaime's family is a surprisingly pivotal part of the film's story. That in most films like this, the family would very much be on the sidelines in small roles, usually reserved for some drama with the identity reveal. But no, here they are very much actively involved, and it makes for a wonderful change of pace. And it also helps as well that the family are all just so likable. Like, obviously, the film is anchored wonderfully by a very charming central performance from Xolo Maridueña as Jaime. Yeah, his screen presence is just so wonderful here. He's just such a, winningly charismatic performer, and he just oozes charm. Yeah. Yeah, his acting career is gonna go places. In fact, I highly recommend you watch Cobra Kai if you haven't. He's brilliant in it. And all of Jaime's family are very likable and very charming. In fact, a notable standout is George Lopez as Jaime's conspiracy theorist uncle Rudy. He is very funny, and most of the film's laughs come from him. And you know, with Jaime's family very much being a pivotal part of the plot, the film uses that winning dynamic and delivers some real like surprising moments that I legit did not see coming, and wonderfully serve the story and the character development, and feel like feel real refreshing in amongst the superhero landscape. Obviously, it's not just Jaime's family. In fact, we have a very charming supporting performance from Bruna Marquezine as Jenny Cord, the niece of Cord Industries CEO Victoria Cord, who very much resents what her aunt has been doing to the company. And she also has like just real chemistry with Xolo, and yeah, she's just a real likable screen presence as well. Now, obviously, it's not just a family drama. Like it's a big budget comic book movie. So yeah, there is action and spectacle aplenty, and yeah, it delivers big time on that. For one, it's very vibrantly and handsomely captured by cinematographer Paweł Pogorzelski, who also did the cinematography, incidentally, on Nobody and the films of Ari Aster. So yeah, very seasoned hands, and yeah, translates very well. The visual effects are also pretty damn good. Like, sort of the mix of CGI with the practical suit does give the film that real sense of tangibility, and it looks good given the director's inexperience with CGI. I'm surprised how good it looks. It's obviously some shots do look less than perfect, given the director's inexperience, but these shots are pretty few and far between, and for the most part, it looks really good. In fact, even its worst shots look way better than the Flash does at its best. So it's embarrassing that this costs like a third of the Flash and looks like at least three times better. And all of that comes together really nicely with a really fun synth score from Bobby Krilich. Again, another Ari Aster collaborator. In the very fun, very exciting action set pieces in which the abilities of the Blue Beetle suit are utilized in very fun and creative ways, and the very turbulent relationship Jaime has with the Scarab makes for a real a real fun hurdle to overcome. It's very fun. Obviously, that's pretty familiar stuff, but it works well. Now, obviously, there are aspects of it that are pretty generic. Namely, the villains. Like, obviously, for one, we have Susan Sarandon here chasing the paycheck as a, as really generic corporate baddie Victoria Cord.
Your skills are fading with age, Miss Sarandon.
She very much exists just to like bark out lines about like the greater good and also to give orders like ready the claw. We also have a henchman to Victoria Cord called Carapax, and on the surface he sort of exists to very much be, the comic book movie villain, where he's like an evil version of the hero with a similar power set, just with like a slightly different colored suit. And in regard, yeah, he is. But rather, they use that and they they take the character to some really unexpected, tragic places, and they draw some surprising parallels to him and Jaime. Without getting on spoiler, obviously, and it does wonderfully sort of tie together the film's dramatic through line and that character driven focus. But yeah, to get there, we do have to sit through the generic big CGI brawl that isn't exactly the most visually stimulating. And yeah, I very much enjoyed Blue Beetle. It's a very charming, very fun film, with plenty of entertaining action, and also some real strong, charming, and genuinely heartfelt focus on family that does a good amount to overcome its fairly familiar story beats. Overall, I'm going to give Blue Beetle a 7.5 out of 10. Also, the film is surprisingly bloody. Like, you go into this expecting like a sort of like younger skewing superhero movie, but it gets surprisingly violent. Like, this is just overall a real fun time. I can't wait to see where Xolo's acting career goes next, and yeah, I can't wait to hopefully see more of Blue Beetle. Let me know down in the comments, have you seen the film? What did you think of it? Would you like to see more Blue Beetle? And where do you think James Gunn's universe will potentially take him? Let me know down in the comments. Don't forget the thumbs up button if you enjoyed. Don't forget the subscribe button if you're new. And don't forget to turn on post notifications so you don't miss an upload.
I put